Guys, this is what's happening in today's market. Over 35 million Americans have filed for unemployment. Over 48,004 foreclosures were filed in the United States before the pandemic. Evictions are on pause. Foreclosures, they're suspended. And real estate is getting beat up. In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys how to not lose your home in a foreclosure crisis. There is so much uncertainty in the markets right now, and I'm sure so many of you are worried on what's about to happen. Many of you may not be able to pay your mortgage payments, and if not your mortgage payments, your rent payments. You're worried to get evicted, foreclosed on, or to possibly lose everything you've worked so hard for. I feel you 100%, which is why I decided to put in some deep research on what you can do to make sure you do not lose your home by any means. So don't worry, as of right now, you're safe. What you need to know as a starter is the following points I'm going to share with you. Usually your mortgage has something called a grace period, and typically it's 15 days from the day your mortgage is due. So if your mortgage is due right now, 15 days from the day it's due, you have a grace period where you can make the payment. On the 16th day, typically you can also make the payment. After that, you become delinquent. Make sure you ask your bank to confirm. Now, this 15 days grace period that you have is something you can utilize and benefit from. I know a lot of people don't know that they have this grace period, get scared, and make their payments every single time the day it's due, which is awesome. But if you're in tough times right now, if you're struggling to make your payments, this grace period can be something extremely helpful. Usually after your grace period, if you miss it and you still don't make your payment, you get penalized. It's usually 2 to 5%. It depends, so you want to make sure you talk to your bank to see how much they charge. 2 to 5%. So let me give you an example. If your mortgage is $1,500 a month, I'm going to do the worst scenario. Let's say the penalization is 5%. That's going to be $75 that you're going to have to pay on top of your mortgage. Now, you want to also be careful because if you get penalized, they could report it to the credit bureaus within that period. So you don't want that. That's horrible. That's something you want to always avoid. So please do your best to be sure to make it within those 15 days grace period. Now you might be like, what are you talking about, Karam? I can't even make my payments. I can't even afford 3 months, 4 months, or 5 months of extension. You're only telling me I only have a 15-day grace period. Don't worry. I'm just giving you what's confirmed and what you need to know in case you didn't already know that. Now I'm going to hop into what you can do to make sure you don't lose your home. Now, many lenders, if not all, are offering something called forbearance. What this means is that they're allowing you to defer your payments and not pay it today. 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, 12 months out. Imagine, that's real beneficial. Now, majority of the banks are offering this as something trying to help you out. Now, this forbearance is beneficial. It has its positive, but also has its negative, and I want to make sure you know that before you take it. Now, what you want to do is you want to set up a call with the lender or with the bank, and you want to tell them that you want to go through the forbearance process. Now, before you get on that call, please make sure that you are prepared and that you know what you want. You don't want to just get on the call and let the bank tell you what they're going to give you. You want to request what you want. The problem is, guys, is banks look after themselves. They are not going to give you the best terms on the forbearance. They're going to try to recoup their money quick and try to give you the least amount possible. Before you get on the call, know how much months you want of forbearance. Know what kind of terms you want. And know what exactly you want, not what the bank's going to want for you. Now, what I mean by what you want is you want to request from them, let's say 3 months of deferred payments. You don't want to pay it in 3 months. You can't afford it for 3 months and you want to just pay it out later. The bank more than likely will offer you 3 months forbearance, but tell you on the 4th month, pay it all at one time. You don't want to do that. Your negotiation, the best type of negotiation you can do is tell them you want to add it to the back end of your loan. If you have a 15-year loan, tell them that you want to make it 15 years and 3 months. Make sure that you try to push out as far as you can the deferred payments, because if you got to pay it at one time, that's not going to be easy nor cheap. Also, a quick note that's extremely important. When you request forbearance, what's happening right now under the CARES Act is that they give you the forbearance and it doesn't harm your credit, quote unquote, but what they do is they go and report it to the credit bureaus, which will end up harming your credit. And what they also do is they put a little note, and in that note it says account under forbearance. What do you think that's going to do for you in the future when you're trying to get another loan? It's not positive. So only use this if you really have to. And a piece of advice that I'll give you is tell the lender, tell the bank to not put that side note. Tell them to not state your account is under forbearance. Tell them to not report it to the credit bureaus. Make sure that you get something in writing because you don't want it to harm you instead of benefit you. Now I'm going to say it again. The banks are your friends, but the banks aren't your friends. They're going to do what they can to get themselves the best terms, to get themselves to recoup as fast as possible. Before you get on the call, know your terms, know your payment options, and know what you want. Don't hop on blindly, please. Another important thing for you to know is that foreclosures are suspended, evictions are suspended, so right now you might be under a ton of pressure. You're scared, you're worried, you got a family, you got a roof over your head, you're trying to keep it, and you're stressed out and you're concerned. My advice for you is take a step back and understand that everybody's going through this. Understand that you have the right to make the call to your bank, to make the call to the landlord, to see how it is you can fix what it is you're in. Now understand one thing, everyone's trying to help everyone, at least that's what they say. So when you call your landlord, don't be scared because if he doesn't agree, he can't just kick you out. If the bank doesn't agree, they can't just foreclose on you. All of it is closed and suspended. So don't panic, don't be stressed out. Play your cards right and don't run away from it. Make the calls today so you don't get delayed later and say, I didn't know. What you also need to know is there is a CARES Act that is $2.2 trillion, a stimulus package. And this package is from the government to be able to help as many people as they can. If you're not taking advantage of this free money, if you're not taking advantage of this money that you're getting without putting any work for, then you're missing out on a lot because this money can help you with your payments, with your family, and with your stresses right now. So take advantage of the government aid. There is so much getting out right now. There's new acts being progressed. There's new proposals being made. So take advantage of that. Grab every penny that you can and apply it where needed. I know a lot of people who got their stimulus check, they literally go and buy a gaming console. They literally go spend it on the dumbest things and then they start itching their head saying, I can't make my payments. Well, you just got some money from the government and you were supposed to spend it on needs, not wants, and you just went and blew it. So of course you're not gonna be able to make your payments. So my advice is apply for the government aid as much as you can, as fast as you can. Multi-millionaires are applying for it, so don't be shy to apply for it. Go out there and get that free money because it's going to help you get back on your feet. And my final advice for you is this: be smart with your money. Save as much as you can. Don't spend on unnecessary things. Cancel subscriptions you don't use. Stop paying on things that you don't need to pay for. I actually made a video of 7 ways you can survive a market crash. It is showing you ways you can save money on mortgage, on auto insurance, on utilities, on cell phone bills, on so many things. So go check out that video. I'm going to link it in the cards and it's going to help you save money. On top of saving money there, make the move on making sure you call the landlord, calling the banks, call the lenders to see what's the best way you can get through what you're going through. It's not easy, but don't shy away from it. There's millions of people going through this, so step it up right now. Don't delay it because at the end, it's only going to harm you if you do. Anyways, guys, there you have it. This is how you protect yourself from a foreclosure crisis. There's so much uncertainty right now, so much fear, so much panic, and hopefully this video gave you some ground to understand you're not in it alone and there's ways out of it. Thank you all so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it and got any value, hit the like button. And most importantly, every single week I upload real estate, business, and finance content. If you enjoyed this video, watch the previous ones. And if you watch the previous ones, wait for the future ones. Anyways, guys, be positive, take action, and I'll see you in the next video. I'm out.